absolute privilege and honor that Father Angelos, that we are presenting him with the renaming of this park. And I can't think of anyone more deserving of this honor. It's Father Angelos' spiritual guidance, his leadership, not only for the Coptic community, but for all of Mississauga as a whole. He serves as an inspiration to us all. He has a reputation, as you know, as being hardworking, philanthropic community builder, and that precedes him. But he's selfless. And his commitment to building a healthy, vibrant community goes back to his days in Egypt, even as a pediatrician, which you just learned that he was. As you may know, he was called into the priesthood shortly thereafter. After his ordination, he established the first Coptic hospital in Alexandria, Egypt, along with a seniors' home. He knew how important that would be. He touched countless lives in Egypt before immigrating to Mississauga over 30 years ago. Since then, I can't imagine Mississauga without him. He left an indelible mark in our community, not only growing our city's Coptic community, but providing leadership to the many priests and more than 15,000 Coptic families across the province. He's a community builder in the truest sense of the word, with so many of our residents turning to him in both good times and bad. I can't imagine him having any time for himself. I know how devoted he is to his parishioners and everyone in the community. Always, always making time to anyone in need of his ear. And he never hesitates to offer support or guidance to those, regardless of their faith. And what truly amazes me about Father Angelos is his limitless capacity for giving. He was a lifelong volunteer and faith leader at Trillium Health Partners, helping people of all faiths during difficult times. He established the Agabi nonprofit housing and the Anba Abraham charity. And with the Anba Abraham charity operating 3 food banks in Mississauga and serving over 22,000 people in Canada and overseas. He's also committed to ensuring that our children and our grandchildren have the best possible start in life, establishing several Christian schools and daycares across the city, showing all of us that giving love and compassion to our youth and providing them with opportunities is the best way that we can help improve the lives of future generations. I know that you're going to hear a lot more about Abuna, Father Angelos, and his charitable contributions and his many achievements from others that are speaking here today, because it is truly a remarkable list. It's been said that home is where the heart is. And that certainly rings true for Father Angelos, that the home, this is the home he has created for so many in our city. Every now and then a community member stands out and shines for their commitment to kindness, love, and community. And Father Angelos is simply one of those people. And I'm so truly grateful to know him as a person, as a mentor, as a friend, and someone who has shone light on our city. Mississauga is a better place because of Father Angelos and his efforts in helping the most vulnerable residents, supporting education, and inspiring his community over the past several decades. And I am honored to know him and to rename this beautiful space that will symbolize his legacy in our city for years to come. So thank you, Father Angelos, and congratulations on this very special honor. And thank you for all your remarkable achievements. Thank you all.
It's really a pleasure to be with you here today. Ladies and gentlemen, it's an honor to be here at this special occasion to celebrate with you Father Angelos Saad Park official renaming ceremony. On behalf of the government of Egypt and the Embassy of the Arab Republic of Egypt in Canada, I wish to thank Her Worship, Mayor Bonnie Crombie, and members of the Mississauga Council most warmly for recognizing the leading role Father Saad played in spreading the spirit of love, coexistence, tolerance, and community development in this province in Ontario and in Mississauga in specific. The decision by the city of Mississauga to rename Father Angelos Saad Park is indeed a very special token of recognition and appreciation to a great man, an idol who spent almost 40 years providing communal service and spiritual mentoring for hundreds of thousands of citizens of this city. A few to mention, of course, is the establishment of Little Angels Children Care Centers and Flamfothier Christian College, the Cornerstone Family Counseling Service, food banks, and the Egyptian Museum in Mississauga, as well as Amba Abraham Charity. For decades, Father Angelos Saad has contributed to the Mississauga community and was keen on transferring the values of the community service and volunteer work to successive generations. Distinguished guests, I had the pleasure of meeting Father Angelos Saad upon my arrival to Canada in recognition of his stature and extraordinary contributions. It is also worth mentioning that Father Saad has always been a source of pride for consecutive representatives of the Egyptian government here in Canada. It is no secret that his achievements are not only valued in this country, but also back home in Egypt, as they symbolize the natural capabilities of Egyptians to easily integrate in their new homelands and to contribute to the welfare of their communities. Your Worship, Mayor Crombie, ladies and gentlemen, the Egyptian Embassy in Canada highly values the strong relationship established over years between the Egyptian community in Mississauga and the Mayor's office and the City Council. The support that the Egyptian community continues to receive from you and from the Canadian authorities in Ontario at large, and in Mississauga in specific, is highly commendable. Today's celebration is another testimony of such tremendous support. I thank you, and I wish you all a blessed and successful day.
It is an honor to be here today on this special occasion. What else could be said about Abuna? Everything has been said about what he has been building, not only in Mississauga, but in Ontario, in Canada, and around the world. He's built churches, schools, daycare, food bank, housing, and museums. He's always been not only a spiritual leader, but he's been a community builder. He's been a voice for respect, dialogue, building bridges, speaking out against hate and intolerance, speaking out against terrorism, speaking out against violence. He's been an example for me, and he's been a friend of mine who's helped guide me over my not only years as an elected representative, but as a community member. And he's sat in my office on so many occasions advocating on behalf of the community. I've seen him firsthand work tirelessly for the benefit of our community. And I am always honored to sit across the table from him and humbled by his energy and his strong belief in our society. And as Ron Sterr said, and as the ambassador said, he's not only known in Mississauga, but he's known outside of Mississauga. He's known in Ontario, he's known in Canada, and he's known around the world. And I had the honor of recognizing his service in the House of Commons. So I want to thank him. I want to thank his family. I want to thank his children, Phoebe and Peter, for their friendship, for their support. Today, we do recognize a worthy individual, Abuna Angelos, and honor him. But today we honor Mississauga by naming a park after him. So I am honored to be the representative of an area that has a park named after Abuna Angelos. So thank you to the city, thank you to Councillor Starr, thank you to Mayor Crombie, and thank you to Hazel McCallion and Paul Mitchell. Thank you everyone for making this a reality. It's a recognition of Abuna, but it's also a recognition of the contribution of the Coptic community to the city and to the community. Thank you very much.
There is a special message from His Holiness Pope Tawadros when he heard that the city of Mississauga recognized the achievement of Abuna Angelos, so I wanted to read that for him and for all. Father Angelos, one of the pioneers who successfully began the establishment of Coptic Church in Canada. He is an honest and faithful steward. His early start was in Egypt, specifically in the city of Alexandria, where we still remember his effort, his work, and his service here. Since he was commissioned to begin service in Canada, he began his impeccable service to Coptic Egyptian community and their integration in the Canadian society through strong social services and the establishment of both English and French schools, daycare centers, and vocational training centers in addition to newcomer service. During my visit in Canada in 2014, I was extremely thrilled when I visited one of these schools and saw the tremendous effect exerted with the students of all ages. The recognition received today is deserving testimony to an exemplary role model both in church and society. Through his holistic service, I personally thank all those in place of authority in Mississauga for this recognition for one of the Coptic Orthodox priests in Mississauga. I would like to congratulate these blessed priests, wishing him good health, peace, and long life. Best regards and love to you all. Thank you, Pope Tawadros II, Cairo, September 24th, 2021. Thank you for all these kind and special words about Abuna Angelos. Actually, he deserved it very well. I would like to begin by recognizing and thanking the dignitaries, especially the Mayor Crombie and all the councils of Mississauga for this recognition and this big thing happened in our Coptic church, that one of the priests of the Coptic church, one of the park in Mississauga was named after his name. This is really a very good achievement for Abuna and for the Coptic church in Canada. We have gathered today to celebrate the contribution of Father Angelos Saad, the angel of the Church of Virgin Mary and Saint Athanasius in Mississauga. Today we celebrate the dedication of Park in our beloved city of Mississauga to one of its own well-known and devoted citizen, Abuna Angelos. Abuna Angelos, like these three you see around us, that adorn our neighborhood park, they are pleasant to the eye and provide shade and protection to anyone that comes to us. These three never ask who is standing under it and enjoying its fruit. It gives freely, cheerfully, with expectation of nothing in return. Abuna Angelos like these trees. We often hear the term Good Samaritan, a reference to helping strangers in time of need. The parable of Good Samaritan is a story to test and illustrate how we love our neighbors and care and support freely and cheerfully. A neighbor is not simply a person who lives next to us, but it is merely someone in our extended family or community. Anyone who is in need is our neighbor. Just like Good Samaritan, Father Angelos has spent his life serving others. Sometimes he doesn't know them. His work throughout the past 40 years have been done quietly, purposefully, and unannounced. Today, I wanted to share some of his services that he has shared and blessed our community with. Father Angelos' commitment to the charity work is unparalleled and is unique. From his early days of service in Alexandria, where he found St. Thecla Hospital dedicated and offering medical services to less fortunate within the community. In Canada, he did the same. He founded Amba Abraham Charity, focused on providing education, medical care, and economic sustenance. Success of the charity can be seen both here in Canada and internationally, and the commitment to help anyone, irrespective of their background, affiliations, and needs, is second to none. Father Angelos is sound for the mute ears, for the deaf heart, for those who need a home. He is the first to hear. He is the first to be by the side of anyone in all occasions, happy or difficult time, regardless of the time of the day. Of his own need, he will prioritize the needs of others ahead of anything else. He is true example of servant leader within the community and beyond. His heart and arms are open to everyone in need, whether you need to speak to him at 1 a.m. in the morning or after he landed, or when he landed from an international flight. He welcomed anyone, open his arms to him with a smile and attentive ear. One area of continual commitment is establishing newcomers center focused on providing support to new Canadians. He has become an integrator and facilitator, connecting members of the community together to support the needs of each other. Community strength is seen as the extent of which people provide personal support for one another through bonds of family or friendship. At the center of these connections, Father Angelos stands tall, casting his shadow of love to all. The future of our community lies within our children. As such, Father Angelos has contributed greatly in establishing and strengthening programs aimed to imparting strong values to the next generation. Sunday school service, youth ministry, and graduate meeting has been benefited and grown. Thanks to his leadership and commitment, Father Angelos has become known as builder of both people and buildings. When we look at the growth of the diocese, we can easily point the physical buildings such as the churches, schools, senior homes, food banks, and many others of these. It can be possible without his dedication and sharing and developing and growing congregation of the believers who have been served by him and are now sharing the same love and passion and service for others. Finally, I wanted to thank Father Angelos for his love for our community, our city of Mississauga, and province of Ontario, and he is good example for all citizen in Mississauga and Ontario, and he is ambassador for our Coptic Church, Coptic Orthodox Church in Egypt and in Canada. Thank you and congratulations, Abuna Angelos.
It's not every day that children see their parents recognized. So today, Peter and I are very proud children as we stand and watch this amazing man get recognized by the city of Mississauga. I guess that this is for you. It is International Daughters Day, and so I'm speaking on behalf of my brother and I. I'd like to take the next few moments to do something special. Now, I'm blessed to be the principal of Lupatier Christian College, and I do this for graduation where I write a letter to my graduates. So today, Baba, I wrote a letter to you. And this letter I wrote so that everyone here will know, and for future generations to know the reason why this park was named after a great man. Dear Baba, I stand here on Sunday, September 26, 2021, to tell the entire world how proud I am to be a daughter to an amazing man like yourself. I was born 3 months, please don't calculate, 3 months after you were ordained a priest, so I didn't really get to know you before. Ever since I could remember, I've never seen you do anything except serving the community as a whole. Back home in Egypt, you built the hospital that stands as a beacon till today, a senior home, a larger church, a retreat center, all this in the first 9 years of your vocation as a priest, and while continuing with your active ecclesiastical service and outreaching those whom you serve. When we first came to Seattle, Washington, I don't know if a lot of you know this, but we lived in the States for 15 months. You revived the service in the church there, and your first relationship with Canada came when you established the Church of St. George in Surrey, BC. After 15 months in the States, began your service here in the city of Mississauga on September 9th, 1989. And for the past 32 years, you have done nothing but serve the people of this great city. Through the churches you began, the daycare centers, the schools, the career college, the banquet hall, the food banks, the gyms, the non-for-profit housing, the newcomers office, and the list goes on and on and on. All the while, you never forgot your roots and your love for giving, so you came up with the great charitable organization, Abba Bar'am, to serve both people here in Canada and in our beloved homeland, Egypt. You brought a piece of Egypt to Canada when you created the Egyptian Museum. You wanted everyone to know what our great heritage is all about. These are nothing but a few tangible reasons why you are being honored today. Now to me as your daughter, and to every person that calls you father, you have done so much. You have shown us what it really means to be a father, sacrificing everything for the well-being of your children. You have taught me how to be a servant leader. You have taught me how to love everyone, regardless of race, gender, or faith, because they are all the children of God. Thank you for being a great role model, a great father, not just to Peter and I, but to everyone who knows you and calls you Abuna. Thank you for teaching us how to truly serve all those around us in every aspect in our lives. Thank you for what you have done, for what you do, and what you will continue to do through God's grace. Thank you for being the best Baba, Gibdo Abuna, and best of all, thank you for being Father Angelos Saad.
Good afternoon, honored guests. I stand humbled before you today for this honor, for this great honor I am not worthy of. For the past 43 years, since I was called to the ministry, I always felt that God has called me to serve everyone, regardless, both in my homeland Egypt and in the great city of Mississauga. I called home now for 32 years. Today, it is my prayer that this park becomes place that serves the entire community. Place where families, seniors, youth, children come together to celebrate and create good times. 32 years ago, when my family and I arrived to the city of Mississauga, it was full of farms and very few buildings and homes. As community, we worked together with the city and under the leadership of then Mayor Hazel McCallion. And I am proud to say that we helped in the building of the city of Mississauga. In fact, many people who immigrated from Egypt to Canada believe that Mississauga is Canada. This was always confirmed when our late Pope, His Holiness Pope Shenouda III, used to come and visit the city here and go back to talk about Mississauga in his sermons attended by thousands. When His Holiness Pope Theodorus visited in 2014, he affirmed how Mississauga holds a special place in the hearts of those in Egypt. Today I would like to first thank God for these great blessings that He gave to me to serve this wonderful city and its people. I would like also to take this opportunity to thank Her Worship, Madam Mayor Crombie, and the members of the City Council, and a very special thanks that I am honored to a man, I can call him a friend, Councillor Ron Stahl, who spearheaded this initiative. I would like also to thank all members of the federal and provincial government who have honored me with their presence and kind remarks. I would like to also thank the Egyptian ambassador, His Excellency Ambassador Ahmed Abu Zaid, and Consul General, His Excellency Hussam Muharram, and the Egyptian member of parliament, Wasim Dawood, for honoring me with their presence in this special occasion, making me feel that Egypt is celebrating with me. And also like to thank His Holiness Pope Tawadros for being part of this event through his very special message. Also a special thanks to His Grace Bishop Mina and to all the clergy with whom I am blessed to serve with. I would like to thank each and every person who came today to celebrate this special occasion, and for those who have worked hard to organize this event. Thank you all, and God bless all of you, and bless our beloved city, Mississauga, and all her leaders, and also all our honorable guests who came to attend with us today. God bless all of you, and I wish you all the best.